Hey everyone, we are in week 6 of the weekly devotional series, and today we're going to be talking about trust. And I kind of have a lot to get through, so if I'm speaking too fast, I apologize. I think I'm going to make this into a 2-part series because trust is a big subject. This was actually a request from a friend of mine, and so, Mons, this is for you. So we're going to open up our Bibles to Proverbs 3, 5, and 6 are the verses. So chapter 3, verses 5 and 6. And it says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make straight your paths," or he will make your path straight. We're going to really break down this verse because it has a lot of meaning and there's a lot of deep-rooted subjects, and we're also going to go back to some verses that we've talked about in past weeks and connect those to what this one means. So the first word, trust, which is what we're talking about this week. Trust is, I think, something we all struggle with. And so for this first week, we're going to talk about how we can trust in the Lord, and then in the next one, we'll talk about how we can trust in people. So the first part of this verse, which is what we're talking about today, is trust in the Lord. Trust in the Lord, which is probably something that we all struggle with, and even more with all of our heart. And if you notice the word all in there, I believe Solomon put that in there because if he just said with your heart, we wouldn't understand the deep-rooted meaning of all. Because when he says all of your heart, he's saying everything you have. Give all of it. So if we are to be told that we need to eat all of our food, when we were kids and our parents told us, eat all of your food, even your veggies, it means all of it. We need to give with all of our heart. We should be trusting the Lord with all of our heart. The next part says, and do not lean on your own understanding. So leaning, just an idea. So if I'm leaning on this right here, I'm trusting that this thing is not going to break. Because if it did, I would collapse like that, right? So it says, do not lean on your own understanding. The reason he says not leaning on our own understanding is because our own understanding of things is obviously not correct, right? Because we are kind of stupid as humans, right? We make mistakes a lot, right? So that is why he says, don't lean on your own understanding. Like, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding, because if we lean on our understanding, then we're going to fall, right? So he says lean, like as I'm leaning on this wall right here, lean. Put all your trust in God. And a great example of it, Todd Neiswanger broke it down in this way, where he picked up his baby and he just held her. And he said, like, you see how she's just resting here right now? She's trusting that I won't drop her. And she was just a little tight. She was maybe 3 or 4. And so he just held her there and she just kind of like hung on him, And so his analogy was saying, like, you see how I'm holding her right now? And she's not even fazed by the fact that if I dropped her, she would fall. That is not even a thought in her mind. And that is what he is saying right here. He's saying, with all of your heart, do not lean on your own understanding. Lean on his understanding. Verse 6 says, in all, oh my goodness, says that word again. In all your ways, acknowledge him. In all your ways, whatever path you take. And I'm going to break all these down into one, because it says, and he will make straight your path. In all your ways, acknowledge him. And if we look in Romans 1:20, it breaks it down in a deeper meaning. It says, for his invisible attributes, namely his eternal power and divine nature, have been clearly perceived ever since the creation of the world, in the things that have been made, so they are without excuse. So he's essentially saying that there is no excuse for not acknowledging God in what we do. And breaking it down even more, what we talked about when we talked about prayer, which was in episode 4, we broke down 1 Thessalonians 5:17, which says, pray without ceasing. Pray without ceasing, acknowledge God in all your ways. In all your ways. Acknowledge him, pray to him in all your ways. Remember how we even said, like, wow, God, that's a beautiful tree, or like looking at yourself in the mirror, checking out the outfit. Wow, God, thank you. That outfit is awesome. All of those things. We should acknowledge him in all those ways. And the last part, and he will make straight your path. And one of my favorite books of the Bible says this, what is crooked cannot be made straight, and what is lacking cannot be counted. That is Ecclesiastes 1:15. we're crooked. Yeah, we're crooked sticks. We cannot be made straight. What is crooked cannot be made straight, and all of us are crooked sticks. All of us are broken. But then this says, if we acknowledge him and we trust in him with all of our heart, and we do not lean on our own understanding, and we acknowledge him in all ways, he will make straight our paths. Make straight our paths. He will make us go from crooked to straight. He will lead us down that narrow path and take us down that straight path that is very narrow. But he will make that crooked path that we have, that brokenness, that heart that aches, that pain that we feel inside, he will make it straight and he will make it narrow, and he will lead us toward the path of righteousness.